Big the cat. I just really dislike you. And I don't like you either. Big. Your mom was a creative one. What did they come up with for your other siblings? Massive? Huge? Bingus? What about your design, says cat? The ears of a Dobby and the body of an orangutan? Oh, hey guys, they redesigned Donkey Kong. Oh, woe is me, I like the old design. What a huge change. Yeah? What's worse than changing something that people liked? Never changing something that Peter hates. Well, I'll show him. I'll show them all. I don't like this guy. I never did. I don't think he fits the universe, which is a very mean thing to say, that someone literally doesn't belong in the world they exist in, but he just doesn't make me happy. So the model we're working with today is none. I care so much about not liking this guy that I'm making concept art completely from scratch that we're going to create in Blender, rig, animate, and essentially give Sega every opportunity to just have a different Big the Cat. Probably even change his name, Fred or something. So for the head and the ears, I'm thinking we do something kind of like this. No, let me do that a little different. Yeah, something like this. I'm kind of making this up as I go. I didn't do this ahead of time. Head will make pretty similar, but the eyes, they don't need to be this freaky. He can have a soul. Sega didn't want to give him a soul, but me, the biggest Big the Cat hater, I'll give him a soul. His tail we're gonna keep mostly just as large and fluffy, and then all the rest of him. Here's the thing. Instead of just looking like a big guy, like a human guy who's big, what if he was still rather wide, rather plump, but just shaped a little bit more like an animal? I don't know. This says cat, and I could see it being in the Sonic universe, maybe the comics if anything. I guess the movies and the games are a little more particular with the look. This doesn't say cat. This says whatever Clank and or Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank is, but with the body of a human. Now, just to take it, put it in here. Starting with the body, which we will carve from a cylinder. So this, I'm imagining he's a little thinner up top and just very wide and broad at the bottom. Kind of like, oh, what is it kind of like? Oh, a fat cat, which is what he is supposed to be. Now I've learned a lot since doing the last one. A lot about this beautiful tool here, subdivision surface. Because now we have this and it's all still like rather high quality, but we can move it or, oh. So this is kind of his butt, this entire thing. From a side view, we want a little hunching. If I was this big, my posture would not be this good. I would slouch. Something a little more like that. Check this out, people are gonna love me for this. Select loops, edge loops, look at that. Make his plump a little saggier. We're gonna make a placeholder for his head, Bimg. I wanna get the arms out of the way, because I think they're critical to getting this anatomy right, and also the leg, knee, cat thigh? Sounds like a foreign dish. Maybe even plumpify this and maybe even do the cool trick that I do where I select edge loops. I just think that's cool of me. I think that makes me seem like a good influence. This is gonna be his arms. I'm thinking, I'll come forward something like this, reach all the way to the ground, but then they kind of come in the center. He needs to have a little bit more of a bashful look to him. Maybe not as confident, because I think he is just kind of a chill guy, somebody who's a little more just not especially worried about getting good at socializing, so I think this could be good. Check this out. Another cool term not many people know is MirrorX Global. A lot of people think it's a Counter-Strike game. Something kind of like this. His back legs now. Maybe angle it. Maybe do a little more definition. Did I just move the curtain? Oh, shift left click. Interesting. I'm learning things on camera again. Bad, Peter. That is not what the people want. We'll add a big stinky poop come out of his butt. That's what the people want. Cattails are always shaped kind of like this. So we're making progress. All right, with these placeholders out of the way, for the purposes of this, I'm going to apply a subdivision, and people are now going to hate me because I'm moving to sculpting. Nobody likes sculpting. Everybody who uses sculpting, they all say like, this means you are bad at Blender. If you can't do every single thing that you want to do in a command prompt text window, just by typing, then you don't know how to use Blender. I think, yeah, I think his posture would probably be a little more like this. A little bit smooth. Maybe we will give him a little bump rump. Forgot it was mirroring. Draw sharp, clay thumb. Whose thumb does this? Inflate and deflate. I feel like that's perfect for making a large cat. Oh, that is perfect. Let's plumpify him on the low end. And we want these shoulders to actually look like shoulders. Mind you, this is all gonna get covered in fur. Like complex fur physics effects, which is gonna make him pretty much double in mass. When redesigning Sonic characters, this is something I learned when doing Silver. You're the bad guy. Even though it's literally like a redesign, a remake, people will notice the differences that you made to the character, and they'll say, wait a minute, he's not like this in the game. That make it bad. If you want to say like, oh, Amy's like very peppy, high energy, and so I want this design to reflect that. It's like, okay, technically Amy is exactly how she's represented in official Sega properties. So anything that I say about like, oh, Big the Cat, he should look more cat-like, it's like, okay, technically, morally speaking, if you went to the pearly gates right now, God would say Big the Cat is supposed to be exactly as whoever made him in Sega. Look at this. Circle select? Yeah, everyone hates circle select until it's the best way to do it. You all thought I was snot? Something like that. It looks like a slouched large cat if he were in the Sonic universe. His name was Big and was made by Peter Knetter. Hello everyone, Peter Chan here. You know, I'm still pretty amateur when it comes to the 3D model work that you see me doing in this video. But how did I learn what little I do know? From comments screaming at me that I'm horse water and making me cave to implement whatever they say. Guilt learning is great. But you know, it doesn't always have to be this way. I have something that makes learning and knowledge retention much easier. This little gadget here is the Plod Note Pin. It's a note taker that you can pin to your shirt, wear around your neck, or even around your wrist. And at the touch of a button, it can listen to and summarize entire classes, conversations, and lectures for up to 20 hours. And then it'll generate a transcript or summary of whatever it heard. While the Plod Note Pin is great for summarizing lectures and conversations and meetings, us basement dwellers who don't have humans to talk to can also make great use of this technology. You could listen to an entire 5-hour Blender course that I don't have the brain power to pay attention to out loud on a speaker, and the Plod Note Pin will be another ear and brain listening along with you the entire time. Then if you zoned out during your learning time, or maybe forgot where something was in the video, or missed a trick that you want to go back and learn, you can just check out the little transcript that the Plod Note Pin made for you. It is so cute. I had my Plod Note Pin listen to this conversation from 2 popular video game characters, and it gave me a succinct breakdown of what was said, so I could pick up on the key points and avoid pointless, flirtatious dialogue. You can even ask it specific questions, and it'll pull from the entire transcript and find an answer for you. It's like a teacher you can take home with you long after class has ended, or in this case, taking a little video game friend to be your companion, your little consultant. It has 20 plus professional templates for various ways the Note Pin can explain and understand audio, like differentiating between a class lecture, a speech, or an interview. You get 300 minutes of free transcription per month, or 24 hours a day with their unlimited plan. It transcribes 112 languages, so you can even learn from tutorials and courses in a language you don't speak. You can merge recordings, auto-mute voices, detect multiple speakers, and so much more. So check out the Plod Note Pin by using the link below, and amplify your information brain station today. You can even check out the Plod Note for a wallet storable solution to maximizing productivity. A big thanks to them for sponsoring today's project. The hands. We do want them to be hands. Like, as much as I think Big would look better if he just had paws, considering he's a cat, we do have to adhere to some of the laws of the Sonic universe. He fishes. Okay, for now, we're going with something like this. We're gonna take a much needed detour, and we're gonna add hair. This is what my brain's doing right now. And if I just kind of reel it in, uniform. We want interloped kidrin of a high fidelity. You know what, amp it up. I'm okay to burn through some of my computer's lifespan trying to make this look good. And it will be big tail. That is the size of the tail. Hence why I didn't capitalize it. This is from the PlayStation 3 LEGO Dimensions. I did not know he was in that. I hate this. Look at the boobage. Where can I find a picture of his tail? Oh, why does he look like this here? I don't mind this so much. This has some character to it. It's stripy, something like that, and maybe a little bit at the base. Yeah, we'll do this. I guarantee he's never really had that much of a nice comb, a nice groom. Poor guy deserves it. Poor guy being my redesign. Or actual Big the Cat? Ugh, I don't think so, buddy. You know why people like Big the Cat? Well, do you? Because I don't. Maybe people like it because he's a chill guy. He's like a softie, and he likes fishing. Okay, well, he likes fishing. Is he a chill guy? Is he a softie? I've never really seen that. I've never really seen almost any representation of what he's like as a person. You're trusting that he's this chill guy who you'd want to go fishing with. That's how you get your kids kidnapped. Little haircut, keep a little trim. Look at that, huh? Dude, barbering is easy. Wait, say that again. Barbering is, we'll name Big the Cat Barbara. I kind of like that. I think that's gonna be good. When he's eventually put in the next Sonic movie where they use Unreal Engine 5, because that's what they use to do movies, it'll be magnifique. Okay, going back to the land of my computer living. Big body. This one also just being a descriptor, an adjective word. Texture paint. Texture mom this. Some people were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Peter figures out what the mirror tool is. I've known. Just because I didn't use it doesn't mean I don't know about it. Silly goose boy. Look at that. And I like that from a side view, it kind of voluptuates his volump. Now, in respect to my computer, he's letting me click this. He's letting me choose hair. He's letting me amp it up to like 5,000. Like, he's letting it happen. Technically speaking, that is being given permission, so I'm not just some evil monster. Yeah, oh, he's fluffy. Belly fur is kind of gonna go up, it's gonna wrap. It will have a part in the center. When Big the Cat starts balding, you'll see it right here in the middle of the stomach first. And you'll notice it a lot more if he's blonde and approaching 30. Shrink some of it in this area, but also trimmed. This I like more. Big arms. These are Big's arms. Big the Cat. He's a proper noun, and it's possessive. They're his arms. So it should be this. But it should be this. Now, for those of you who looked at this before, I have arm stripes. It's very good of you. Good job noticing that, considering it was on screen, and if you didn't notice it, you're stupid, essentially. We should probably make his arms very reflective. Look at how puffy this guy is. And give him a little comb. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty decent. It'll look better when he has two of them. Gloves. Yuck. Oh, I hate making clothes because I know there's a way to give them physics, and I don't want to deal with that. Let's see. Something like this. Shrink that hair down. If you're not colorblind, you'll notice they're these. That color. Kind of Caucasian, kind of yellowy. Also, for those who are colorblind, I'll give you something fun to do. Pretend you're a chicken. So we're just gonna like pretend we know how a wrinkle would look. Oh, I like that. Very nice. Why is it not? Oh, I oughta. Can only figure this out while I have a frolly. Short for French trolley. Wee wee. Okay, after some Einsteinial level math. Einsteinial, he says. That would be the exact comment I leave if I left comments on my own videos. Okay. Look at that fuzzy dude. Holy cow, is he ever fuzzy. This is just gonna be better. He's not gonna stretch his legs out straight and like stand up like a kangaroo. Okay. Goodness gracious. What do you think he's gonna be, just like sitting there like a cat, like, oh, I wonder where Frog is. Allow me to go and look. Stupid, don't be stupid. We need this to be more of a cat foot. Everything needs to look less like a Blender object and more like a cat part. In the games, it is a rarity that anyone has their feet showing. Big happens too. Bring this tucked in a little bit. Just looked out the window and saw a fresh turd come out of a bird's butt 2 meters away from the window. HD 4K. Yeah, that's another thing that I just realized I don't like about Big the Cat, because, you know, as I'm making this, as I'm recreating various features and design standpoints of Big the Cat, I'm trying to kind of psychologically decide why I dislike him, because I haven't thought much about it. It's an emotional reaction purely, without a whole lot of reason behind it. And I think really realistically what it is just the whole shoe, sock, foot thing, I think. Like, Sonic characters aren't supposed to, it's not normal, it's not right. Sonic characters with feet showing was abolished after Sonic Adventure. And I'll say it, bevel this surface. It's just like Weezer once said, Bevelry Hills, that's where we want to be. This is what happened? Where are the textures? Why are all the textures gone? Sound the alarm. I'm gonna cry. I'm going to cry. Is the shading tab? Why is it like this? Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cotton? Cotton? You nasty patty. Oh my. And why is Wii Sports here? Pete's getting upset. He's getting upset. I just came in here to make this shiny little buckle. Is it gold? It's probably gold. Nope, can't afford it. Look at that. Without the colors, doesn't look great. I'm still so mad I have to redo those colors. Oh, and I don't know what I did. Something like that's kind of fine. All right, he's looking a little naked though, now that he actually kind of looks like a creature. He's definitely missing his belt. You know what Big would say if he was missing his belt? I just don't get. I don't really like the archetype of like the big, silly, lazy character. The big, silly, lazy character who's kind of incompetent in a lot of ways and doesn't really understand how anything ever works at any point. That's not gonna be too bad at all. You can rotate. For me, impressive trick. For most other people, it's okay, I guess. I think that's incredibly decent, which is just a crazy thing to say. Now, he actually has a donut. He carries it with him all the time. It is known as his lucky fishing donut. They call it a Taurus in here. Fair enough, I guess. Very low roughness. Beautiful. Honestly, yeah, I think we could do with it there. We'll see how it looks. Here's a little trick. Do one of these. Goldify it. Only a golden corral. Pocahontas. That is a Disney reference. Has anyone, like, in the whole world actually seen that movie? I think this will look quite good, particularly once I have the texturing that I have to redo. I have to redo it right now, too. That's the fun part. That's the fun thing about all this. Wakey wakey. While you were sleeping, I fixed the textures, and you're gonna love this. I rigged what we have so far for 3 painstaking hours. All we have left to do now is the head, and anytime I make a Blender character rework of something, remake of sorts, I want them to have an accessory. And Big's accessory has to be twofold, unfortunately. And I just opened this page to here. This guy here, he's very small. He's about this big. Well, we gotta make him. Now we take his body, subdivide it, and look at that. Like, he's just immediately high quality. He's gonna be his little buddy right here. Perfect. We can speedrun a fishing pole for sure. Doesn't really have to be that thick. Make the handle a little thicker. See, simple geometrical shapes like this, I have a unique talent for being really good at doing like simple, easy stuff, I think. Something like that. I have actually seen reels in real life. Kind of a rare experience. Not everyone gets to see that. If I were cool, I'd put a screw on the end. I am a little bit cool, just not that maybe that cool. Fishing pole that is fit, at least for this project. Also, I'm gonna get a little bit cute with it. Surely this will work the way I think it will. Hey, a bendable fishing rod in my blender. The last thing we're doing, Big the cat head. And I hate to do this. We're bringing him back in. I'm sorry, Big One. Hi, buddy. We're starting with this as a blank slate. We can work with this. I think this head goes a lot better with this body than actual Big the cat, but we're gonna make some modifications. First off, we're gonna pull down a little bit of a neck. And we've actually got what should be a working jaw. We're gonna give him teeth and stuff too. Maybe bring him in, make him a little bit droopier. That one can be curved like that. We're doing something a little more droopy, still maintaining somewhat of a big look. He's got kind of like the airbender head. Got some darker tips to the ears. I'm hoping he looks a little less baked when we're done. Oh yeah, Big. Oh, you made Big the cat look too much like a lazy dope who's kind of stupid and doesn't have much brain cells. Yeah? What did he look like to you before? Riddle me that, Batman. He needs an expressionary rework. Okay, it's day 3. I was trying for the remainder of this video to wear the same shirt, but it's been like 3 days at this point, and even though you will never have physical contact with me, most likely, at least in our lifetime, what does that mean? So I fixed the face. It looks a little bit different from, like, a straight on angle. He looks kind of dopey. He looked kind of Big the Catty, and from the side, he actually looks like a Sonic hair, kind of slicked back, a little bit aerodynamic. Obviously he's not, and I'm talking quiet because it's early. I wanted to get up first thing in the morning and work on this. It's not because I'm gonna wake anyone up, but I have like this built-in thing where if it's early in the morning, I just be quiet. Gotta be a little bit courteous. There's dust mites trying to sleep, atoms, molecules. The last thing we have to do before we can really rig it up, test it, do some animations. We don't need the refried beans. We're gonna do some cat grooming. We're giving Big hair for this. Computer wellness check. Yeah, we're hanging in there just fine. Trying to imagine how the fur on my nose would go. It goes like up, right? And then it splits. Yeah. We'll probably just skip to the end of this unless you want to hear me click for 20 minutes. Got some weird hair growth here. Work on this part a little better. Why am I talking? No one's here at this point. Additionally, the music's building to a grand reveal, so, I mean, that's the final say in whether or not I get cut off and anyone hears anything that I... Big Barbara the Cat is a much steeper redesign than Silver was, and as a complete product, as much as I suck at Blender, as much as I suck at rigging, as much as I suck at animation and lighting as seen here, I can still, deep in my heart of hearts and soul, find this to be the superior version to the official Big the Cat design. I mean, he could be a 50 vertice, low poly cat that's color corrected to be purple, and it would still look better than the official design in my opinion. But I guess that doesn't really say much about my remake. In fact, it says nothing about it in that the bar is very low. I like it. It could use a lot of cleaning up, but I just kind of wanted to get it done. And the overall shape and vibe still reminds me of Big, but I don't feel gross looking at it. In conclusion, Sega, you may buy this for $15 if you want to use them. I will give you permission to use your character in your games. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.